What type of notification process does your organization have in place to both track and react to harm events? What steps does the board take to learn about and understand a harm event? That is, the factors involved in why the event occurred. How do you reinforce accountability while continuing to monitor outcomes of care?
We monitor quality very, very carefully at the granular level. So when we set our quality goals for the year, we don't start at the top and work down, we start at the bottom and work up. So we go by unit and determine where they're performing well, where they're not performing well, and where they have opportunities to really make gains. We then take that roll up and make that our goal for the coming year. That means that our quality performance is not something that the board pushes down, but it's something that comes up from the organization with the commitment from everyone in the organization to perform better, to really design care for the way our patients need it, bring that to the board, and then get the board fully behind them. We want everybody to be fully engaged in this process. I think quality is all about process. And so I'm really a strong believer in process, whether it's in quality, finance, or any other part of our organization. Unless we have a process to deal with our issues on a day-to-day basis, we don't know exactly what we're doing. That same thing applies to when an event occurs in our organization. We have a formalized process where we step back and say, what was the event? How did it occur? How did those holes in the Swiss cheese line up? Where are we doing things that we should be doing things differently?
Boards are an incredibly important leverage point for quality and patient safety. In general, what we find with boards is if you take a three-part approach, you tend to get really positive results in quality and patient safety. And that approach can be summarized as number one, see the problem, number two, own the problem, and number three, fix the problem. In other words, a board that is unaware that every hospital has quality and patient safety problems, that does not see that there's a problem, will not be able to do anything to address the problem or improve quality or patient safety. By the same token, a board that knows that there's a problem, that sees there's a problem, but doesn't believe they have any role in addressing the problem, once again, nothing of any consequence or sustainability will occur. It's only when a board, through an educational process and through a process of self-reflection, both sees the problem and owns the problem, understands because they are the ultimate authority of the organization or health system, because they are in charge of overseeing the medical staff and the credentialing process, the CEO performance evaluation process, that they control the levers of systemness, and then and only then can they begin to fix the problem.
Many boards have now demanded an active notification for significant harm event. And many management teams have built that into their routine evaluation of sentinel events, where the senior management team is informed by frontline staff of a potential sentinel event of serious nature, and that is directly communicated to either the board chair or the full board, depending on the organization. These active notification systems allow boards to understand the issues that confront the organization every day and engage them in the active solution of recurrent problems.
We have an automated patient safety tracking report that, while I'm glad that it's less frequently used because of our improvements, does in fact send out broadcast messages to all levels of the organization whenever an adverse event occurs. In addition, we've on several occasions taken the unique step, I think, of bringing patients and their families into our board meetings and have them discussed firsthand with our board members adverse events so that our board could understand both the challenges and the opportunities for improvement.
Respond immediately to first take corrective action, and secondly, to develop a plan to ensure that it does not occur again. And not only are the individuals who are involved advised of it, but there may be a need to share that with the entire staff. And in some instances, training modules are developed around that particular issue. So that, yes, we respond immediately, certainly to ensure that there's no further harm to the patient or the patients we are serving.
We're also very transparent about quality. We publish that both on our intranet and on our internet, and it is hardwired into every single management agenda throughout the organization. Quality is also a major part of our evaluation of our employee staff, from the front lines to the boardroom.
We have some checks and balances in place to not only identify, but more importantly, not to sweep it under the carpet. Quality is something that we feel has to be totally transparent, and realizing that we all strive for 100%, but we're not going to get there. So when we come up short, the key to it is how do we do better so that we don't have a reoccurrence of some of the same issues.
What we try to do in our organization is set the expectations very, very clear regarding quality, safety, performance, and behaviors. And we know that if we set clear expectations, that the vast majority of people perform to those expectations and usually exceed them. If people are challenged in meeting those expectations, we believe in addressing that, we believe in coaching that. So when something happens in our organization, we learn about it right away. We talk about our quality, we talk about our safety, we talk about events, we talk about things happening within our communities over the next week. So all of us can be aware of what's going on.
We get a chance to ask the questions as to why, how, and how do we avoid this from happening again? What are the factors that contributed to the shortcoming, and how do we again prevent it from being a reoccurrence?
Our board is very involved in our quality oversight and our quality improvement efforts. We do have a quality and patient safety board committee that meets monthly. And they focus on specific results and initiatives and strategies. We also have at the quality committee not only a deep dive of results, but we include a patient story. It could be a near miss, it could be an event that we regretted happened. So we talk about the issue, the systems that led to it, and what we learned from it.
Actively participate in helping devise the solutions to the problems and spread the learnings to all parts of the organization. This is a critical role for the board. Notification should be a way that management engages the board in all their harm and safety improvement activities.
Organizations need to have effective quality and safety measures and tracking processes in place that identify if patient harm has occurred. The board and hospital or health system leadership should have an established process for responding to and learning from harm events. Boards and leadership need to be transparent about performance in order for learning to occur, and must be open to hearing the bad as well as good patient stories.